Okay, they are recording us. Hello, friends. Long time no see. Now I have these things on my head. That is what I always use when I'm presenting because my laptop have been attacked by enemies and they put some dust into the microphone so that it is not a dust because if I use Google Meet, I don't need the microphone, but they put something as a bag, something which is a defect, which make me, when I use Zoom and WhatsApp, I can't go through microphone without using without using a headset. So that is the problem, but let us go directly to what we prepared. Today, we're gonna see update about the humanoid robots, the humanoid robot digits, first digits, and then Tesla humanoid robot. There are current news. I think you have news about the current news about Tesla robots. If you saw it, it's okay. But me, I want those who don't know, who didn't see anything, who have never had any opportunity to see those information being spread. So we will see. But this is really interesting how these robots are coming to be a reality and how they are helping people to be exiting from the old fashion of economy and going to the new economy, because like digital already, it is working in factories, and that is very good. Last time I showed you how it was working in factories. Now we're gonna see something new from digit. Digit, they are working on a way of communicating to digit, because the last time I told you, when you checked, if you check in my video previously, you saw that digit can talk. It can talk, and that is a weakness because we need a robot that you can interact with using words orally, so that if I can say digit do this, it can do it. Do work this, it can do it. That is what we're gonna see, if that is the new task that they are doing, so that they can help us to communicate with that robot, because they can sell something as a stone which we can talk to. So please, let's check, and I hope that you will enjoy. Let's see. This is a video. We say a small portion of it so that we can see what it is doing.
In its environment. It knows that there are several. In this demo, Digit is given scene information about the objects in its environment. It knows that there are several items on the floor with semantic information.
Hey Digit, clean up this mess.
When I walk on screen, I issue a voice command to Digit, which it recognizes based on hearing its name. At this point, Digit makes a prompt to an LLM that solves for what it can do to satisfy this voice command, given its physical intelligence around how it can interact with the world. The prompt is specially constructed so that Digit can interpret the response of the LLM as a set of actions it can take in the world. The command is interpreted to mean that Digit.
So that is enough. We are giving voice command. Voice command means I can communicate to the robot, but they are still in research. They are still on work on it to see if it can work, if they can give it audio command or oral command or voice command, so that it can execute the task. And the other thing they have to do now, it has to do a feedback. It has to respond. And that with the AI, it is not complicated because already they have all the data. They have to buy it from other companies and then install into the robot, because other companies like Sophia, they have that capacity, and that is very good. Now we're gonna see Atlas. Atlas still, no, not Atlas, but Optimus or Tesla robots. Tesla robots, it was looking very bad, and we didn't see anything good from it when it was launched. But now you will see a very different from what it used to be and what it is now. And that will give you an update about Tesla robot, and you see how it will change the world if it is sold to the community. But it will start being expensive, but later on it will be cheaper. Let's see now. These are images, and they say Optimus Generation 1, March 23. That is Generation 1. But there is Optimus Generation 2, which they will show us. Let's see, we'll see. Optimus Generation 2. This is generation 1. They are trying to show us different things, the way it appears, the skin, the way it, and whatever. But now there is Optimus generation 2. That is, let's see, introducing. Let's see what they're gonna say. Optimus generation 2. That is what they're gonna say. You see how it folds its arm. You see how it stretches its hands. You see how it controls everything. That is like it's a human. You see how it moves. You see how it works. It is more showing us that it is updated to a level that it can start have similarities to a human being. Look at the way it works, even if it is slow, but it is a very, very good step and an advanced step, which will give us an advantage to use it in different factories. You see, it can do exercise, it can do yoga. Seriously, this is yoga. This is yoga. This is exercise, physical exercise that people they need in their everyday routine. So this is an advantage, which I see that most of robots they don't think about it. The producer they don't think about it. But now it's gonna put an egg into a box. Yeah, you see, into a pot. So that is a boiler. It's a boiler which boils eggs, and that is a service already. It can serve you, and you see it is working in the factory. It can move itself into a factory. So those are things that we see from a robot. You see how they dance. See how they dance. I don't think that this is a simulation. This is a reality, and this is indicating so many things. If a robot can move like a human that way, and thank you. We're gonna see now. We're gonna define two words that they use in robotics, which we have to memorize. I will try to memorize, but the definitions that I had, they are not very accurate. They are fake, but we try to use what we have because that is what Google is giving us. So I asked a question asking, what is actuators? Actuators is a word, technical word, which is used in humanoid robot a lot, and you have to know what is actuators. Let's see. Actuators is a device that converts energy into physical motion. So the very technology in robots is actuators, and they say actuators, it's a device that converts energy into physical motion. It's like electricity go through that device, and when it change the energy from electronic to physical motion, that is an actuators. And most of actuators, they produce rotary or linear motion. That is very important. The three major types of actuators are hydraulic, pneumatic, and electric. And picking the best depends on what kind of robotic structure you are designing. Very important. And we learn about actuators, and that is the secret of making a robot. Let's see the other thing. Now, there is something that they call degrees of freedom for a humanoid robot. Degrees of freedom. What is degrees of freedom? The term degrees of freedom is widely used to define the motion capabilities of a robot. The motion capability. Can it turn? Most of the time when they say degrees of freedom, how much can it turn? Can it turn like this? Can it bend its finger like this? Can it bend till here? That is a degree of freedom. Can it bend till here? Can I turn my neck and look back without turning my whole body? That is my limit of degree of freedom. I can't turn my neck and watch back without turning back or the whole of my body. 180 degrees. So those are degrees of freedom. So let's see now. Let's read again. The term the degrees of freedom is widely used to define the motion capabilities of a robot, including android, humanoid robots. In this context, the term generally refers to the number of joints or axes of motion on robots. That's very important. How many degrees of freedom does a human have? Degrees of freedom. How many degrees of freedom does a human have? Let's see. How many? Let's see. We are here. How many degrees of freedom does a human have? In total, we have somewhere in the region of degree of 244 degrees of freedom within the body. Those are degrees of freedom for human being. There are 244 degrees of freedom controlled by 630 muscles we each have inside us. When you think about this from a movement perspective, the capacity that each of us has for differing movement type, patterns, and complexity is vast. Yes. the capacity that each of us has for differing movement type, patterns, and complexity is vast. There are the differing types and patterns and complexity are vast. Okay, now we're gonna see. There are another thing, how many degrees of freedom, not of motion, degrees of freedom. Let's see if we, yes. How many degrees of freedom does a humanoid robot has? Like there's a machine, Atlas has incredible capabilities for a legged machine. The 6 foot tall the 6 foot tall, 330 pound robot has 28 degrees of freedom enabled by powerful hydraulical driven joints that allow it to not only carry heavy objects, but adjust with remarkable speed to loss of balance. Till now, Atlas is the best, but we are seeing a very advanced progress with Tesla, and we hope that Tesla will make something new, and it will be bringing a new ways of changing the humanity into a better world to the world in this year. Because in this year they have to work on its speed, they have to work on its language. If they have to give it audio command or speaking to it so that it can respond, they have to see if they can improve its communication so that a human can communicate to it and it can respond. That is what it says one. And they have to increase its speed. And I see its fingers, yeah, it's still a long journey so that it can hold something like a stick or a hoe and it can dig. Those are projects that they have to work, because for us, we need it to work in a farm. We need it to go to dig. So that is what we want it. But for them, they need it to go to clean houses, to move a lawnmower, when it is lawning, when it is cutting lawn. It can move a vacuum cleaner. That is the work that they need it, because that is what is needed. But it need also in harvesting, in picking fruits or cutting fruits, picking fruits from trees. That is the big job, because most of employees that they have, they come from Africa, they go to America to pick fruits from trees, because they don't have harvesters which pick fruits very quickly, or if it is there, it is expensive. But when they use human being picking fruits, it is more cheaper. So now they need those kind of robots to go to pick fruits, and that is one of the jobs. And there are a very big variety of jobs, including mine, especially in mine, because mineral exploitation, it goes deep until to 400 meters in depth, 900 meters in depth, 1 kilometers in depth. And those areas are dangerous. They are with high pressure, and you can't live there when you are a human being. Most of human beings who have been there, most have not been gone them very well in their health. So we need the humanoid robots to go to work in those environments which are dangerous, like in deep sea, where we don't reach to, because the deep sea is about 4 kilometers to 6 kilometers. Those deep sea, we need to do research. We need to know the environment there, how it look like. Is the light can reach there? Can we build the houses there? So all those researchers need humanoid robot in space, going to different planets, going to different star system. Okay, that is too much for you. And I thank you that you have been patient with me to listen to what I was talking. And thank you very much. Goodbye. Thank you.